Welcome to our new project here in Vienna, Virginia. We are doing a whole first floor renovation as well as relocating the laundry room upstairs and partially remodeling the upstairs hall bath. Let's go take a look. All right, so here we are coming through the front door of the house. Right here in the front foyer, one of the first things you'll see is there was an existing opening here that had a knee wall and a column here that was just a decorative column. We took that out and we are basically widening this opening that leads into their living room. And one of the things you can see here is the homeowners are living here throughout this project. And so we try to accommodate that as best as possible. And one of the ways we're doing that is we got a floor to ceiling plastic barrier that wraps around in an L shape that wraps around to block off this living space for the homeowners to utilize that when they come home after work and at nighttime and stuff. We're not doing a huge amount of work in the actual living room itself other than widening a couple openings. So it is a usable space for them and we're doing our best to try to accommodate that. If you would like to see more about some of the job protection and how we do that, you could go see that on our YouTube channel. We have a whole video there that kind of highlights exactly what we do for job protection throughout projects. All right, so here we are in what is going to be the new kitchen. As you can see, we have a lot of the first floor torn apart because, as I mentioned, we're doing pretty much a whole first floor renovation. Well, behind me, what was here before, this was kind of like a little galley kitchen right here that went, as you can see behind this wall, that's where our new powder room is going to be. We had the existing kitchen had cabinets along this wall and went past that window that you can see, which is in our new powder room. And then there was a wall here that was in line with this wall that continued across and had a line of cabinetry here as well. And so the kitchen was basically going down this way with cabinets on the left side, cabinets on the right side. And now what we have is, because we're relocating the powder room, we have cabinets that are gonna span across this wall behind me here, as well as making an L shape coming across this wall that is now to my left. On this wall here, we're gonna have base cabinet, a cooktop, and an exhaust hood. You can see where the ductwork is. Base and wall cabinets that come across the inside corner here. On this wall here, we'll have base and wall cabinets that span across this wall. As you can see, we actually have a new structural opening that we had created with a double LVL header that was engineered by a structural engineer and county approved. Our wall cabinets are gonna stop, pretty much where our wall section stops. However, our base cabinets are gonna carry across here. As you can see here, we got the plumbing for our sink base. Our sink base will look out into this sunroom. And then we'll also have the dishwasher that'll be next to it. So the cabinetry will come to somewhere about here, leaving this space as the opening that walks into the sunroom here. Also, one of the nice things is the cabinets are gonna be on this inside wall. We're actually gonna be putting cabinets, smaller depth cabinets on the back side. So this countertop space where the sink will be is actually gonna have more usable countertop space because we're gonna have deeper cabinets, because we're gonna have cabinets on the back side of the sink base cabinet as well. So as we work our way to this side of the kitchen, right here to the left side of my foot here, this used to be a wall that divided the old kitchen from what was the laundry room. Over here in this section right here was the laundry room. You can see a lot of the holes in the subfloor from the old plumbing. This was the washer and dryer as well as a utility sink that was in here. That led to a door that goes out to the outside patio. One of the big changes we're doing here is, since we're now open to the sunroom behind me and we have the double sliding door over here, there's no need for a door here. So we're actually taking this door out. We're gonna frame it in, but put a window back in its place. And so what we're gonna do is underneath the window, we'll have a base cabinet with a small little countertop section here. And then what we're gonna do across this wall section here that is framing in this duct chase is we're gonna have a little 6-inch cabinet here that's gonna be open shelves for putting decorations, knickknacks, and things of that nature. That cabinet's gonna go floor to ceiling right here and span pretty much the width of this wall section. And then right here where it recesses back, we have a tall pantry cabinet, floor to ceiling pantry cabinet. So the front of that cabinet and the front of this open shelf 6-inch cabinet are gonna be in the same plane. So when we complete the project, we have the finished look. This is gonna look like a wall of cabinets, floor to ceiling cabinets that look built into the wall section. So we've talked about the wall cabinets where the sink base is gonna be, and we've talked about the cabinets on this sidewall here as well. Now what that does, opening this up and enlarging the whole space, what it does is allows us to put a nice big island right here. This big island is going to be parallel to the line of cabinetry that are coming along this wall here where the sink base is going to be. And so we're going to have cabinetry that faces me that is usable cabinetry. And then on the back side here, we're going to have a 12-inch overhang where they'll be able to put bar stools for people to sit and utilize. And, you know, obviously as people entertain, everyone kind of comes to the island. So a place for everyone to kind of congregate at when, you know, when they're entertaining as well. So one of the other big changes for the kitchen was there used to be a wall right here that divided the kitchen from the office that's on the other side. And what we did is we took that wall down, but that wall was structural. So being that it was a structural wall, we had to put up more structural beams to be able to support the load for the existing floor joist, as well as bumped the wall back 2 feet into the office. And why we bumped it back 2 feet was to allow us cabinetry that's going to be going in this little section right here. On this left side here, we're going to have a floor to ceiling cabinet that's going to have the wall oven, built-in microwave into it. In the middle, we're going to have a base cabinet with a little countertop section with an appliance garage cabinet on top of it. And on the right side here, we're going to have the refrigerator with a cabinet above. So this wall is going to be a whole wall built of floor to ceiling cabinets once it's said and done, of course with the appliances in them. By bumping this wall back 2 feet, it allowed us to keep everything flush with this basement wall so that we didn't protrude too far into this main walk space that now brings us into the kitchen from the front foyer. All right, so here we are in the new powder room space. What we're gonna have, a powder room, pretty basic. We're gonna have a 36-inch furniture style vanity on this wall right here. Obviously you can see right here, 3-inch pipe, we're gonna have the toilet. And both of them are gonna be facing towards my back here, this way. As you can see, we had to put in some bulkheads for hiding the ductwork to be able to get the ductwork out with the way that the existing house is framed. Part of remodeling, figuring things out as we go through it. But as you can see, this is a nice big powder room, so definitely a lot bigger than what they had before. So here we are in the new dining room space. The dining room was here before. However, it's been enlarged because of the new powder room wall is being pushed that way towards the kitchen a little bit. But one of the bigger changes here is another structural beam. As you can see, this is a drop beam here. There was an opening that was existing here. You can actually see from the flooring, it was skinnier. It wasn't as wide as we have it now. There used to be a little knee wall here with a structural post that supported the beam for the existing framing. We took all that out, put our new beam in place, brought it all the way to the foundation wall with our post now sitting down onto the foundation wall. Basically enlarged the opening into the living room just to create more openness throughout the whole house. And that's kind of been a theme for a lot of this project. So here we are now upstairs in this house. One of the things I said earlier was the laundry room was downstairs where our new kitchen is, and we were relocating it upstairs to make more space for the kitchen. And so what we have right here in this hallway is we created an opening. It's gonna have bifold doors here, and we're gonna have a stackable washer and dryer within this closet. So now the laundry room will be upstairs on the second floor, which is a lot of times what people want nowadays because it's a little bit easier to do laundry. You don't have to haul it, you know, down the stairs. So stackable washer dryer in here. And then over here where we got this caution tape, we're gonna have an opening, which is gonna be like a little hallway or a little alcove area that leads into the existing hall bath. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing a partial remodel of the hall bath. So we've created a new pocket door to get into the hall bath. We're gonna have a new double vanity sink in there, toilet staying in the same location. We're gonna have new tile floor, but it's a partial remodel because the tub and the shower walls, we're not touching those. So those are staying as is. The reason we're doing a partial remodel is to basically be able to reconfigure the framing to make space for the stackable washer and dryer. So as you can see, we got a lot going on in this project. We got the majority of the first floor torn apart. We got some of the second floor affected. Stay tuned to see our progress as we move throughout the project. If you're looking to remodel soon, feel free to reach out to us through our website, call us, or follow us on all social media.